So good morning from Bali. Today I'm going to Ubud. How long will it take to get to Ubud? About an hour?
Go to Ubud?
Yeah.
120.
1 hour 20, okay.
Yeah, 1 hour 20.
So we're not actually in Ubud yet, we just stopped very close to it in this village called Batuan to feast our eyes on this temple. Apparently it dates from the 11th century, although it was restored in the 1990s. Just got to get a sarong on.
Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's my guide. That's it. So I'm going to head over there. Just temples everywhere. So it's a huge complex. I suggest you stop at this temple on the way to Ubud. So this lady here is making the into one of these. Yeah. And then you put those as an offering on the temples. And as per usual, I'm the only tourist in the whole place. So Ubud was founded in the 8th century by a Hindu priest who stopped at the confluence of two rivers and began to pray. He must have liked it because he built a shrine, and then more shrines were built, monasteries, temples, and soon Ubud was overflowing with the things over the next 400 years. But then in the 1930s, something interesting happened. The local king invited artists and poets to stay actually in his palace, and they spread the word about Ubud. And today, Ubud is known for its arts, its heritage, and of course its temples. So let's go down and explore the first one, the Elephant Cave. Look at this. A little water feature in the middle. But there's the highlight. Right, here we are. So it's actually quite small in here, not much. But it's cool. Look outside, look how tropical this looks. The nature of Ubud. So it's the sort of place where you could find a quiet spot, sit down and just reflect on Bali and how different it is from the beaches. I can hear the sound of a waterfall. Let's go find it. And there she blows. I feel a bit like Indiana Jones. Sort of. Just jungle. So I'm having a little bit of a break in the tour and I've just come to my hotel. It's got its own private pool. Look at that. Look at this. And the guy said, make sure I keep this closed because the monkeys might try to break in. And he said, don't leave any food anywhere. No food at all. I've never had my own private pool before. So I paid £70 for one night here. And it's one of the nicest hotels I've ever stayed in. 70 quid. That's because there's no tourists in Bali. Look, there's one there now. What you try to do, break your way in? No chance. So this is the life, isn't it? Ubud. So I'm outside the Saraswati temple. I think there's like a lotus pond in the centre, which is what you'd go and see. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, look at this. So yeah, this temple, the Saraswati temple, is dedicated to the goddess, the Hindu goddess of learning, literature and art. So I can see a dragon. I can see sort of devils. But I can't see the goddess. Unless I'm missing something. Look at the Starbucks. I like the traditional way they've done that. Quite good Starbucks. Good one. So I should come to Starbucks. So yeah, looking at the just the street outside. This is the Royal Palace. Although it just looks like a temple. So this was actually the place back in the 30s where the royal family invited those artists to stay. They would stay within this complex somewhere. So I'm guessing behind these doors are where some of the descendants of the royal family live, and we're not allowed access to that area. Quite rightly. You don't want people wandering around your house, do you? Monkeys feature heavily on this gateway. So I think now we're going to head somewhere quite exciting, for me anyway. It's going to be some of the rice terraces that you see on postcards of Bali. So here we are at one of the famous rice terraces. There's lots of them, but this is one that most tourists will come to, and because of that, all the shops on the other side of the road try to flog all their stuff. But yeah, doesn't this look good? This is the Bali that you imagine. I think what I'm going to do is get my drone out and let that do the talking for these terraces. Not only rice though, giant papaya. Look at that. I didn't know they could grow that big. But you can see there the rice growing. Nice cafes, I'm guessing, up there. Look at that. With that stunning backdrop. Well, I've just trekked to this I Love Bali sign, but unfortunately I think these cafes have either gone out of business or they just don't think it's worthwhile opening them yet. What a shame. Let's hope that Indonesia stops the quarantine and starts issuing visas on arrivals and just opens up the flights for the people's sake of Bali. I've seen the most bizarre spider. I thought it was like a fly at first. Look at that. Weird shaped things at the back. Just read it is a spiny orb weaver. So there you go. Look. And it is like spinning an orb. Alright, enough with the spiders. Time to go. Goodbye rice terrace. Back up the hill. Back up the Royal Kamuela. So that's my day in Ubud finished. See you next time.